And we are back. So let us go all the way down. Yes, Horsey, I know it hurts like a bitch, but what can you do if there's so much height and so little accesses? Right, the only thing I want at this moment is not that no one would interfere. Alright, so abandoned jail, you say? No, you don't. Alright, let's see what's so valuable in here. Right, now that looks like a big lock to me, and I like it. Alright, what's behind the big box? Behind the big box is a big staff. Good, good. Now let me see what's behind the second big box. Like, not the one that I am unlocking right now. More reading. And thus far it didn't bring me much of a use. Right, and you. Grenades. Hi, bear. Ooh. That's actually what I was supposed to do. Interesting. Wow. Alright, will do. Alright, seriously, that was not how I anticipate it to do. I'll be completely honest with you guys. So you're practically telling me that I pretty much skipped the quite a lot of the all these conversations and whatnot, simply to, you know, free the bear, which I have found by a complete accident, with just a motive of me exploring this area. Well, I can dig it. I definitely can dig it, but definitely not before me doing the. Definitely not before me finishing that thing of worth publishing and stuff. I went the wrong way again, didn't I? Horsey, speed me up, please. Alright, like, if I truly understand the main story behind this DLC, it looks like we are progressing smoothly on it. So pretty much after that, the only thing that would be left for me to do is like, once I do this first publication, tell them about the bear and stuff, and do this once more extra. The only thing that would be really left for me to perform, that would be pretty much exploring the new island. And I don't know why, but I am betting my money that it would be the island with the dragon. I don't know why, it just seems this way. And not sure, like, if this whole thing will be entirely like those, like the hardest dragon, which I have, was able to fight off, thankfully, successfully. But alright. So, what's up?
Inquisitor! I was going to send word. I found something. This inscription, almost completely faded, but two stood. Felt 60 true before our triumph. A breath in the hunt, and let rest the lowlanders, worthy of the lady's care. The markings and surrounding artifacts date to Ameridan's time. The references and scripts suggest Avar.
Alright.
What's your theory?
I need to complete a full survey and have Professor Kenrick evaluate the site himself. But this may be a tribute to Heron and Orina, Inquisitor Ameridan's companions.
So, what's happened here?
What happened here?
An encounter with ancient Avar, and not a friendly one. Ameridan and his companions were outnumbered in an unfamiliar place. If Ameridan's not here, perhaps someone bought him the time needed to keep going?
Well, he paid respect.
This is the resting place of Heron and Dorina. It only remains because the Avar took time to honor them.
Respect for a worthy adversary? It wouldn't be out of place.
Alright. Yeah, tell me about those two.
Tell me about Orina.
Orina was an alchemist in Orzammar. It's said she met Ameridan while dealing with a demon, but it's not known why Ameridan was there. Demons aren't common in the deep roads, but they were a problem for the Inquisition at the time. Arena knew she could help, so she joined Ameridan.
So was she exiled
If she
because of
left
that?
Orzammar, that would make her a surfacer.
She turned her back on the stone, though it said she had few regrets. Some claim she was actually from one of Orzammar's noble families, but who can say? She never used her last name on the surface, and once exiled, the family likely struck her name from personal documents. Professor Kenrick petitioned Orzammar's Shaperit to grant access to their records, but the request was turned down.
I still finding this Orzammar law bullshit, no matter how you look at it. I don't know why.
Makes you think the inscription refers to Heron and Arena?
It's only a theory, but the age of the markings and surrounding artifacts match the timeline we've established for Ameridan. I found glass fragments in the clay, several with slight veins of discoloration. Blue. Like Templar artifacts.
Templars?
The Templars were a new order in Ameridan's time. Given their small numbers then, few would be found outside the Chantry's reach. It's unusual to find one deep in uncharted territory, unless he traveled here for a purpose, as Heron would have.
Alright, now that's a good side quest if you ask me.
You don't think the inscription could refer to Ameridan himself?
It's possible, but Ameridan would have been recognized as a leader, which the inscription might have noted out of respect. And a breath in the hunt? Why note that your hunt continues unless your remaining prey was someone important?
Alright, and Heron?
What do you know about Heron?
When the Templar Order was first formed, Sir Heron was among its members. He's arguably the most famous of the original Templars, though he was never one of their leaders. He's better known as one of Inquisitor Ameridan's confidants. They'd known each other since youth.
Friends then?
So they were close. Friends.
When Ameridan was made Inquisitor, Heron's position in his inner circle was assumed. A few ballads about them survive. The type with adventures and happy endings. I don't know if they're true. They remind me of my brothers, though.
And what will you do now?
What will you do with this information?
Professor Kenrick will expect detailed notes on the location, stone and clay samples, and any trace artifacts I can find. If Ameridan's history is compiled, this could be worth an entire chapter. I might get credit on the inside cover.
Good luck.
Thank you, Colette.
Inquisitor.
Alright, will do. And as you guys can see on the approval part, like you might be wondering where I got those two. I actually have gotten 2 points out from performing the table operation. So that's for some reason gave me 2 points in approval. So with that in mind, I'm not complaining, honestly. So, hey, got your bear back.
Goat-kissing, blood-drinking, Hackenite chicken crabs. Thank you, Inquisitor. Storvacker has returned. My hunters saw what you and she did to the Hackenites who held her. In trapping Storvacker, the jaws of Hakon broke their peace oath with Stonebear Hold. Our blades are yours.
She's unhurt?
I assume your bear is all right after whatever they were going to do to her.
She is fine. As for what they were going to do, my hunters brought items back from where they held Storvacker. I know what they intended. It is not something you will like. Something few Avar would tell Lowlanders. But you must hear it. The jaws of Hakon sought to bind their god in mortal form and bring war to the Lowlands.
Say again?
God?
Yes. Hakon Winter's Breath, bringer of the cold winds of war.
How do you send a god to attack someone?
With much blood and many foolish rituals. Though you have given them pause, they will try again. Ages ago, the old jaws of Hakon did the same. They brought their god to life to destroy the Lowlands. Their foolishness lost Hakon to all Avar. Now they would free him and begin again.
Okay, so how was it lost?
What did you mean when you said that their foolishness lost Hakon to all Avar?
When they bound Hakon to mortal form, he became blood of this world. He could hear no prayers, nor speak to the augurs. All he could do was kill. Then he vanished instead of dying, as though rendered mute, lost for ages. If they sought to free him from mortal form, I could understand. Making him attack the lowlands is a fool's work.
Okay, and what would that mean?
What would happen if the Jaws of Hakon succeeded in their plan?
Hakon would come to the lowlands in the form of a great beast. The Hakonites would join him, their numbers swelled by foolish young warriors dreaming of honor names. Even if war were needed, it should not be like that. With gods wreaking havoc in blood-soaked fields, the gods should stay where they belong.
So you don't want a war?
The Avar wouldn't like the idea of war with the lowlands.
Is that what your skalds say? It does us no harm to be feared. If our land is threatened, we will happily fight. And a raid here and there keeps both sides sharp. But we have no need of your lowlands. Not when our goats are fat and our fish are plenty. And not when the sky is torn with demons. Only a fool fights in a burning boat.
Alright, so what's next step
Based
then?
on what we know, what must we do to stop the Jaws of Hakon?
Their hold is an old lowlander fortress. It is shielded by a great wall of ice. Magic even the Hakonites
Oh,
do.
I remember that one.
Unravel its magic, and we will scatter their bones so the lady never finds them.
So how can we enter
We
it?
still need a way to melt the wall of ice around the Hakonites' fortress. Do you have any ideas?
No. It is lowlander magic and nothing to do with us. Our spirit talkers are useless as battle goats. The Hakonites must have found the magic in the old fortress. Speak to your people. Perhaps they will know more.
Okay.
I'll speak with you later.
Farewell.
Well, let's do you real quick. This one is good. Well, I might try it out eventually on something big, like maybe this dragon once I do some additional charging up. So before we proceed, let me actually see if I can help a bit more with this, if like finishing this.
So long as their weapons stay sheathed.
Catch anything today?
Nothing yet. Too many visitors stirring up the forest. The gods don't like them.
Wait, what? Where are you? Sigrid, that sounds familiar. God,
Half
Do-
the traps were empty.
Is someone poaching? Can't be.
Master of the Hunt.
Inquisitor, you've need of a hunter, or you're just wandering? Doubt you lowlanders see many holds, but I'll tell you, there are none finer.
Okay.
I assume you go hunting yourself.
Of course I do. Who says otherwise?
No one.
I lead our hunts, Inquisitor. My leg aches. One eye can't see in the dark. And I bring more meat than anyone in the hold. Goat's piss, do I hunt?
Yeah, I get it.
A yes would have been fine.
Suppose you can't help Lowlanders' manners.
Yeah, I
Farewell.
think
Farewell.
like you possibly would have been like, you know, one of the people.
Inquisitor, I'm honored by your visit. I'm Finn Coldenson. Forgive me if I don't stand to greet you properly.
You're injured?
How were you injured?
A storm blew up a few months back. It's the worst we've seen in a while. I was helping to secure the fishing boat. Einar nearly fell in. I caught him, but the current caught me. My leg got crushed against the rocks. It hasn't set properly.
Well, you seem troubled.
You seem troubled. Is it your injury?
In part. Gida Meerdotten prepares my father's body for sky burial.
You have my condolences.
I knew it would be soon. I miss him.
Yeah.
I'll let you rest.
Lady keep you.
Alright, so from the looks of it, it's just gonna be trying finding whenever that is. Oh, and we actually got a new quest. Interesting. 2 new quests. Even better.
So, come to test yourself.
How so?
Our warriors want your measure, Inquisitor. Bring us an offering, and we'll let you fight Hakon's trials. Stonebear Hold would know if the spirits favor you. So would I.
What's the trial?
What is this trial exactly?
Battle against our best. Wit and muscle, and steel against steel. Not to death, just surrender. In case you're afraid.
Not at all.
I've faced much worse than the Avar.
That demands proof. We're ready to see it when you have the courage.
Do you run this arena?
I do. I'm called Arkan Feltzer. I prepare warriors for the gods. Truly, I drill it into young heads that no one's born knowing how the axe swings or the arrow flies.
Gods?
What do you mean, prepare your warriors for the gods?
As we train, the gods see us become worthy.
Worthy of what?
A second strength when you most need it. A glimpse that spots a blade in your heart. Warriors must show their will for these gifts, and the will for practice.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you're courting possession. But that would be foolish, wouldn't it?
Our augur's no fool. We keep the bad spirits at bay. Spot them in those who draw them.
I'm sure you think you do.
So this is Hakon's trial?
Why do you pray to Hakon when his fanatics cause you so much trouble?
Hakon Wintersbreath could be testing us through those fanatics. He can be a cruel god, Lowlander. He'll favor the victor and no other. Strength to strength. If the jaws of Hakon tried to raid us, we'll feed their scraps to the bears.
Well, I'm ready to fight.
Can we begin this trial of Hakon?
We need an offering from you first. To honor Hakon and the dead.
Alright.
Farewell.
If you say so. Definitely have more than enough for the offering. Alright, what's your
Be
issue?
welcome, Inquisitor. Though I fear I've time for little more than a greeting. I must prepare these souls for their greater journey. Particularly those who depart without the reverence due. Their way is often hardest.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with Avar funerals. May I ask what proper rites entail?
When the time comes, we are given sky burials. For most, the body is laid out and prayers given. When the birds come, they carry the soul to the Lady of the Skies. The body, unneeded, is gone.
Well, you said for the most.
For most.
Some souls, such as Calden's, are chosen to return. The augur reads the signs of birth. It is a rare honor. In order to return, an offering is made to Korth the Mountain Father and buried beneath the body. A piece of the soul thus remains, allowing the rest to return to this world and be reborn.
Okay, so do you have a problem
Will
with
someone
that?
not be given proper rights?
Calden Enverson is one of the few whose soul may return. Bloodkin must make an offering to the Huntmaster, who prepares it. Or so it should be. Calden's son, Finn, has failed in this duty, but then there's you.
Me?
You're a guest of our hold. A gift from you cannot be refused. Even an offering for Calden. I cannot dictate the nature of a gift, but if my suggestion appeals to you, speak to the Huntmaster.
Well, his son is injured though.
Calden's son is injured. It's not his fault he can't make the offering.
As disappointing as that may be, it is not my place to ignore the gods' laws on a whim. I honor them in word and spirit, Inquisitor.
Okay, you offered an
You
alternative.
suggested a way around tradition by letting me make the offering.
The spirits have seen Finn fail. To undo it may be to undo their will. A gift from another does not bear this weight. Calden's soul could travel easily.
Alright.
I should be off.
Lady keep you.
Oh dear, that's a lot of the searching. But while we are still at it, I will see you all in a sec.